Gabriel Jesus is at the Emirates Stadium as he prepares to be unveiled as a new Arsenal player. The announcement is set to be imminent for today. He is at the Emirates Stadium getting his photo shoot ready for his Arsenal arrival. Gabriel Jesus will become an Arsenal player, as we have all known for so long already. But Gabriel Jesus is set to become the fourth Arsenal signing this summer transfer window. As you can see there from pictures there, I've stuck a few on my community, him meeting Edu, and this video which has leaked from the Emirates Stadium. Arsenal are not good at keeping secrets, are they? Well, they kept the Vieira on pretty tight, but looks like this Gabriel Jesus one they have not kept tight at all, as he will be announced as an Arsenal player today. By the time you see this video, he may already be announced, but Gabriel Jesus is most certainly an Arsenal player. One player, however, which is not certain to be an Arsenal player is that man there, Raphinha. The latest on Raphinha, looks like the Arsenal are out of the race to sign Raphinha from Leeds United. The latest is that Barcelona have sent an official proposal for Raphinha, which is official and written, already sent to Leeds, and have no intention of accepting Barcelona's bid as things stand. Leeds want to respect the agreement with Chelsea and are still waiting for player and Decker to accept. Barcelona are trying until the end. So Barcelona are still trying, and it does look like now Arsenal are out of the race to sign Raphinha, at least for now, from Leeds United. It looks like the decision is now between Deco and Raphinha for Barcelona and Chelsea. Arsenal are out of the race, which is pretty unfortunate, but we are going to look to more targets, it seems like, as we will find out in a sec. But look, Raphinha, as I said, is a player I did want. You know, he looked like a very good player, and I know he is a very good player, and I think many of you guys did want him as well. But I feel like it's not the end of the world. The fee that we were touted to pay for Raphinha was close to £70 million. Now, whether he is worth that much money, is he? I'm not too sure. I've always said this. I've always expressed my concerns for the amount of money we would have to pay for Raphinha, the amount of outlay we would have to give to Leeds United up front for the deal was obviously going to be quite significant. So has this been a factor in Edu pulling out of the deal and letting Chelsea or Barcelona go in for Raphinha? But it does seem like it is now off. Arsenal will not be signing Raphinha in this summer transfer window, and we will be moving on to other transfer targets. Now, look, Raphinha is a player that he's had a lot of interest, as we know, from Barcelona and Chelsea. Both clubs being in the Champions League, which I have said many times will hinder Arsenal's chances of signing the Brazilian. And it does look like now the race is over, and it's going to be Chelsea. It seems like we're going to sign him because Leeds United want to respect the agreement they already had with Chelsea and try and ignore anything from Barcelona. However, if Barcelona were to raise the bid, then Barcelona could secure his services. Remember, Raphinha has already agreed personal terms with Barcelona, and Deco has agreed personal terms with Barcelona, and Raphinha looks like Barcelona is his first choice, his main choice to go. But Chelsea are a club that he wouldn't mind going to. It seems like, obviously, another club being in the Champions League, and he would remain in England for that one to happen. So Raphinha still an ongoing case, whether that one gets secured now or it takes a few more days for the player and agent to make the decision. But Arsenal are out of that race, and it is now between most likely Chelsea and Barcelona are also involved in the race now. But it seems like Arsenal are now out. Edu and Arteta have pulled out the deal to sign Raphinha from Leeds United. So that one, I think, is now a settled case. There's nothing much more to it. So that is the news on Raphinha. So the next bit of news is on Serge Gnabry, as it looks like the Arsenal are keeping tabs on Serge Gnabry as he is down to his last year of his contract at Bayern Munich. Now, I've talked about him a few times before, and he does have a lot of interest, especially from clubs like Liverpool and Manchester United. Look, Serge Gnabry is a player I'd love to have back. It's as simple as that. He is the dream signing for me. In terms of cost, he would cost less than Raphinha. The overall package would be even less than Raphinha's. And I feel like for value for money, for the player we're getting, this is an excellent signing. And the fact that he supports Arsenal, he does have that affiliation, means that it would be easier for us to do a deal to bring him back, and it would be an incredible signing. I feel like he's a winner. He's won so much at Bayern Munich. He's won the Champions League. He's won the Bundesliga time and time again. He knows how to be a winner, and I think this is such an important deal if we can pull it off. Whether this is a deal that's just been manifested by fans, I'm not too sure. But some reporters have made a report on Serge Gnabry and suggesting that Arsenal are monitoring Serge Gnabry's contract standoff at Bayern Munich and could attempt to bring him back to the Emirates Stadium. The 26-year-old deal at Allianz Arena runs until the end of the 2022-23 season. Though the Bundesliga champions have already hinted that he could leave this window, Arsenal are keeping a watchful eye on the situation, particularly with the increasing likelihood that they will not be able to land Leeds United winger Raphinha. Bayern director Hassan Salihamidzic, I can't pronounce his name, recently revealed that Gnabry could be sold if the club cannot agree terms on a contract renewal in the near future. The director said that we really want to keep him. I hope that he chooses Bayern. If a player doesn't want to decide for the club, then we can find a solution that makes everyone happy, he told Sky Sports Germany. Gnabry joined the Gunners youth rank as a 16-year-old and will go on to make 18 senior appearances under Arsene Wenger, though infamously spent his final year in England on loan at Tony Pulis's West Bromwich Albion, featuring just 3 times for the Baggies. He then joined Werder Bremen for £5 million in 2016 and signed for Bayern Munich soon after, spending the 2017-18 season at Hoffenheim before joining up with the first team in Bavaria. Since returning to his homeland, Gnabry has registered double figures of goals in each of his last 6 seasons in the Bundesliga. He notably starred in the Bayern side that won the 1920 in the Champions League, putting 4 goals past Tottenham and also scoring against Chelsea in the process. So look, Serge Gnabry is obviously a player that's had so much success recently for Bayern Munich. It does look like Bayern Munich want to keep him, but on their terms. And if Serge Gnabry doesn't agree to that, then he will be forced to move on. And obviously clubs from England, including Arsenal, are said to have had a watchful eye on the situation. Now, I think most of you would agree. If not, leave it down in the comment section below and why. But I feel like this would be such an incredible transfer for Arsenal because he's a winner. He's a serial winner. And he isn't that old. He's 26 years old. And he's a serial winner. And he's going to bring that to the dressing room. He's going to bring a winning mentality because he's won. He's won at Bayern Munich. He knows what it's like to win. And I think he wants to win at Arsenal as well. At his home club. Hopefully he can win something for us. But the price is around £40 million. But obviously you'd probably want a lot in the wages and then and all the other stuff that goes along with it. So it does look like it'll probably add up to 50-60, but it'll definitely be less than what we're paying to Leeds for Raphinha anyway. So I think this is the better value for money, better value player. I don't know why we can't at least try and put in a bid, try and do something. I'm struggling to understand why we can't just go in for him already. We're bidding like 50 odd for Raphinha, bid 40 for Gnabry. I'm sure it's not as simple as that, but it does seem like it, doesn't it? But leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. Would you take Gnabry, or would you rather have Raphinha? Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below about that one. The next player I want to talk about is Lisandro Martinez. Now I just wanted to give you guys an update on Lisandro Martinez because again, it's another player that we have been linked with a lot with over the last few days and weeks. Not really weeks, but the last week or so we've been linked a lot with him. No new news as such come out with Lisandro Martinez, but Arsenal are still hopeful of securing the signing quite quickly. And it does look like Arsenal are still ahead of the race from Manchester United to be able to secure the signing of Lisandro Martinez. Ajax seem to be still considering the Arsenal's recent offer. And if all things go to plan, this deal could be wrapped up sooner than you think. Again, Manchester United are still watching the situation and could make a move in. Obviously, Erik ten Hag has just worked with Lisandro, so he could probably tempt him to come into Manchester United. But will United make a move? As of now, remains to be seen, or he could be on his way to Arsenal. But it does look like Arsenal are in the pole position to sign him. Whether we will or not remains to be seen, or whether we can type discussions with Ajax for the Argentinian centre-back. But that's all I'm going to say on Lisandro Martinez for now. The last player we're going to be looking at is Noah Lang. Now, this is another backup option that we do have for Raphinha. And this is probably one that's been more reported than the Gnabry one, because we've had interest in this guy for quite a few months. I do remember we were quite heavily linked with him in January, to be specific. He does play for Club Brugge, and according to Spanish publication Mundo Deportivo, who notes that Mikel Arteta considers the Dutch winger from Brugge his plan B after failed talks to sign Raphinha. Lang could enter the Premier League with All swagger and arrogance needed to succeed, according to this report. Last season in the league, the 23-year-old recorded an impressive 19 goal contributions across 31 games. With the ability to play all across the front line, this versatile attacker could bolster Arteta's attack and provide healthy competition for every position. Nobody would be safe from being outperformed by this tricky youngster. He boasts an average SOFA score rating of 7.2, which is unsurprising given his fine goal scoring form. For comparison, Raphinha only recorded 6.97 and only 14 contributions in the league with 4 extra games in Lang. His willingness is to always attack is another aspect of his game that has drawn praise, as he ranks in the 98th percentile for progressive passes and the 95th percentile for progressive carries. The attacking design directness of the £19.8 million rated ace could only further what is an already potent Arsenal attacking force. His arrogance and self-confidence erupted when he claimed, "Believe me, Belgium will miss me when I'm gone. I gave your football colour. Next season you'll pray there will be a Noah Lang walking around in Belgium who could also play football so well." His belief in his own ability could see him go one of two ways. He could either see himself rise to the stars or fall down in embarrassment. Now, that quote that I've just read out from him is real. I've seen. And he does think he's the big man, doesn't he? Look, he's got 19 goal contributions in Belgium. Not a great league. For comparison, Raphinha's got 14. He looks like an alright young player. That's it. I've not watched him. I can't tell you much about him. He looks alright. How much are we going to pay for him? 20, 30 million? Add 10 extra and go for Gnabry. That's what I could say. But look, we've got lots of players like him, to be honest. A lot of young players like him. Very versatile, like Saka. Is he better than anything what we have? Is he going to improve this team? No. Do we need him? Not really. I, I don't think we need this guy. I don't think he's the one. He can talk the talk, but can he walk the walk? You know, when you're playing in Belgium, you can't really talk the talk. You can talk the talk, but you can't walk the walk because you're in Belgium. I'd like to see him go to another like lower down Premier League team and see how he does. Maybe then after that he could move on to join a bigger team, whether that be us or someone else. He looks like an alright young player, but that's it really. But if you guys know more about him, if you're in Belgium, leave your thoughts in the comment section down below about Noah Lang. It's the first time I've talked about him, and hopefully the last, because I don't think there's much in this, but he does look like another option that we could go in for in case Raphinha fails, or looks like it has failed, or if we don't go in for Gnabry. But that's the news on Noah Lang. It looks like we could sign him. But that is it for today's video. If you have enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below. What do you guys think? Gabriel Jesus getting announced. What the signing should we go for? Because now Raphinha has failed. How should we move on? Is it Noah Lang? Is it Serge Gnabry? Do you think, guys, Lisandro Martinez is coming? What other signings would you like to see at Arsenal? Leave all those thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys in the next one. Bye bye.